Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we got quite a storm that has been stirring on TikTok and all sorts of social media platforms, and there has been a lot of stirring in the media as well, which I'm actually surprised that it took them this long to notice it. But with that said, the article here, your order just sits there. DoorDasher claims to show a whole section dedicated to people who don't tip at McDonald's, sparking debate. Updated. You don't have to tip. You're not obligated to tip. We are also not obligated to take your order. And all of these statements, while hold true, I think it is TikTok may not have been the place to actually talk about it. But without further ado, let's get into the article. A TikToker who claims to be a DoorDash driver says in a viral video that McDonald's has a whole section of dedicated to people who don't tip, and it sparked quite a debate online. So I don't think McDonald's even knows how much these customers are getting tipped. These are the orders that have yet to be picked up. So that being said, there are going to be more orders accumulating based on how long it's there. Now, the backup can be more than just the fact that people aren't tipping. It could be because, well, based on the image here, it looks like she was either outside the drive-thru window or she was looking into the lobby from the outside window. The lobby, I don't know if the lobby's actually open to receive customers. If the lobby is not open to receive customers, that means they have to go through the drive-thru like literally everybody else. We just get to hold up DoorDash drivers from actually being able to take other deliveries. That's why you see so many people choose to not pick up from McDonald's so often, because there's so many challenges to just pick up the order. It's insane. In the video, TikToker jhordanthemodel says Dashers get to pick and choose which orders they want because they are independent contractors. The TikToker says they mentioned a previous video that orders from DoorDash customers who don't tip sit longer than those customers who do. That is very true. Any customer that chooses not to tip may see an extended wait time because they're being sent to every driver that's available, and for every time it's declined, the price may go up. I don't know exactly how many declines that takes, but I know people are waiting for an hour and a half or even longer for an order that they place. It's just ridiculous. The creator then proceeds to show McDonald's with about 30 to-go bags that have yet to be picked up. They claimed there was a section that was dedicated to people who didn't leave a tip for their service. It's not necessarily confirmed that that it was from customers that didn't leave a tip for their service. However, it is confirmed that those orders have yet to be picked up. So maybe that's the reason why it's like that. We don't know. You don't have to tip. You're not obligated to tip. We're not obligated to take your order, the creator says. We are independent contractors who do not work for DoorDash, the company. We are our own bosses. That is very true, because we are not employed by DoorDash. It's like independent contractors are people who work for themselves who receive orders from their respective company. That is what she is trying to say. We are our own bosses. We have our own business decisions we need to make. Therefore, we can't take lower paying orders. It just doesn't make sense, financially speaking. We don't work for the company in the same way a waitress has to work for the restaurant. The video amassed over 44,000 views and 46,000 likes since being posted on November 20th. It is December 1st, so that means 11 days. That doesn't mean that's when this article was updated. That's when I am currently reading it. It's probably even more now. Many commenters agreed that the creator reminding people that there is a simple solution: either tip or go get the food yourself. So that is true. Those are the two solutions that the customer has control over. I think McDonald's needs to open up their lobby so we can actually go in and get their food. DoorDash does have a system to where if an order is declined enough, the value of the order gets higher. Every time you get declined a certain number of times, it goes up by a quarter. Nevertheless, that's why it takes hours for drivers to even deliver some of the food. However, not everyone felt the same way and offered a counter argument to the discourse. Ooh boy. So I think that you're going to put this on TikTok. You're going to expect a lot of customers, because there's going to be more customers than there are Dashers on TikTok. You're going to see a lot of customers that are going to give you a lot of hate for it. DoorDash drivers are in a weird position because we need to make business decisions for us as drivers. At the same time, I'm seeing a lot of customers who are still looking at this like they're entitled to the delivery. You're really not. A different TikToker used this duet function and argued that tipping is a satisfactory service, garnering over 2.8 million views and 330,000 likes. Wow, that is quite a viral video. While I do 100% agree that tipping was intended to be for the satisfaction of a service, and that's been the case since what, the 1800s or something like that. But that being said, the dynamic has changed. The world has evolved. People need to realize that not even just for us as drivers, but waiters and waitresses, we're doing what we're doing not because we want to make customers suffer. That's not what we're doing. We're doing this because we need to pay for our own bills. If getting tips is part of that, as independent contractors, we have every right to say no. That means if I'm satisfied with how you bring me I'm not saying that, food, then I'm gonna tip you. The TikToker at Pretty Ladies says continuing arguing should be done after a customer gets their order. And she's probably the same customer, the way she's saying this. I guarantee you she's the customer that goes into Chili's, finds one thing wrong, whether it's they waited an extra 60 seconds for a water, or they probably didn't like some attitude that was given to them, or whatever. Rated the driver poorly, chose not to tip their waiter or waitress. jhordanthemodel commented on Pretty Lady J's video and stood their ground. You can feel however you want. The fact still stands that we don't have to take your order. Very true. Tip afterwards, literally. No one is stopping you. And there have been people that tipped like just enough to get the order accepted and then tip after. That is 100% true. A spokeswoman for DoorDash told the Daily Dot in an email statement, "We're proud of the flexible earning opportunities we provide. Dashers making an average over $25 an hour. They're on a delivery." They didn't this is exactly how they said it. This is definitely copy and pasted. I'm sorry. DoorDash needs to learn English. That is the only way I can properly describe that. We are actively looking into the issues raised in this video and will take appropriate action as we learn more. They are not actively looking into the issues. This has been an issue for well over 3 years. If you think something's going to change now, it's not. We reached out for a comment from Jordan the model. The video was just serving as a PSA, public service announcement, for customers in case they weren't aware of how we operate and how DoorDash actually works. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people would acknowledge that that's how it works, but they don't care. There was a YouTuber, Matt Walsh, that actually made a particular point about not tipping your drivers. And what he was saying was that the $250 is exactly how much he would pay to actually have something delivered. Otherwise, he would go put on pants and get it himself. He has every right to feel that way. However, I think a lot of people are just accepting to the point where they're not gonna budge and we can't change them. And because we can't change them, we don't have to tip. And that's just the dynamic that's just going to exist in this particular economic system until DoorDash goes out, changes things, because we can't do it ourselves. The angry viewers were under the impression that we as Dashers are accepting the orders and then changing our minds and putting back their order, when that's not being said at all. No. We are choosing to not accept your order because we know prior to going to McDonald's that we are getting paid nothing for the order, essentially. Jhordan the model said, we never picked up these orders in the first place. We simply declined the order. That's why the orders end up sitting there for a while. Most Dashers will not take an order if there's no tip because it literally pays us $2.50 per delivery. Very true. However, they can be more, but it's usually because they're being declined often. People think we're being vindictive and are punishing them for not tipping, and that's not the case either. People take everything so personally. It's not about you, it's about us and the profitability of our business as DoorDash drivers, as Uber Eats drivers, as Grubhub drivers, etc. Since we're paid so little from the companies themselves specifically, we want to be clear, we have to pick the best orders not out of spite, but simply because we're trying to make the most out of our dashes, which is very true. Like, imagine taking what most Dashers on average can take about 2, maybe 3 deliveries per hour with traffic and everything else. And if we're only accepting the base pay, which is $2.50, no tips, so that means $5 or $7.50 in total. Would you consider being in business for that kind of money, especially with gas prices going up as crazy as they are? I wouldn't. I don't think that, people don't understand the DoorDash pay model. And even if they did, they're not going to change how they are. So I don't think the PSA was going to pan out as well as you thought they would. I do appreciate the attempt, Jhordan the model. A lot of people thought that we were being forced to take any and every order. When Dashers are actually independent contractors, meaning we aren't employees of DoorDash, we have the freedom to take the orders we want. They don't care how they get their food. They just care about getting their food. And if they're not getting their food, that's why they're upset. We decline as many orders as we want without any penalty as independent contractors. McDonald's did not give a response. What is McDonald's going to tell you? That's not the case at all. I don't think they even know what they would say. I'm going to wrap this up with some opinions of mine. Pretty lady, I don't think that she is ever going to change how she is. I watched the TikTok. She makes some good points, but she also thinking on terms of a waiter or waitress is who we are. We're not a waiter or waitress. We are independent contractors that are in business for ourselves. We're not working for DoorDash. We're in business for ourselves, receiving orders from DoorDash. She's probably not going to start ordering on DoorDash or Uber Eats anyway. She even said in her TikTok she does not order on Uber Eats or DoorDash or Grubhub. The PSA, I understand why you did it, and in theory, that was going to work out really well. Oh, they don't get paid as much from DoorDash or Uber Eats or Grubhub. Let's tip them more so they can survive. A lot of people aren't going to change how they are. Expecting people to change how they are is like expecting an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend to change how they are. It's only going to lead to toxic feelings and strife within your own life. As far as her, probably also the same kind of tipper that would cause Chili's people to lose shifts because they rate them badly. And I'm saying this not even just out of judgment, because I know I'm being judgmental, but how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you tip badly, you rate badly. And that's a risk for us as drivers too. Customer ratings actually affect us as drivers. If we get too many bad ones, we end up losing our job. DoorDash isn't going to change. If you're expecting DoorDash to change, goes right back to the point of expecting people to change. DoorDash isn't going to change. It's been an issue for 3 years now. I'm sorry, since the moment they pretty much opened, this has been an issue. But that's really all I got to say about this. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.